Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode with your girl Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. Yes, it is 9:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we all know what time that is. It's time to get a little bit of math done. So, as you guys are coming on in, thank you so much for being here. So, as promised, that I'm actually going to show how we're going to graph linear functions, all right? So got a couple of things, got a couple of items, and let me make sure I grab my ruler. Almost forgot about that. So we can kind of get used to how to graph equations, basically how to graph these linear equations. Some of them you can actually use a table. Some of them you're actually going to have to put it in what's called slope-intercept form. So we know that the equation of a line is always y equals mx plus b, okay? Since we're thinking about functions, the only thing that's basically changing is instead of a y, we're using f of x. Okay, f of x means a function of x, and that's basically what the y does. Okay, so not a whole lot of things starts or is changing. The only thing that I think gets a lot of people is where to start when it comes to graphing. So you want to start with what's called the y-intercept. Okay, the y-intercept, that's also known as your starting point. So this is where you start on the y-axis. So after you find your start, then you're going to go to your slope. And a lot of people will have slope as rate of change, or it's also known as your rise over your run. Okay? Rise over your run. So all we're basically doing is we're going to take a couple equations or a couple functions, and we're going to actually graph them, okay? So it's all based about the movement. So first one that we have is going to be the f of x is equal to 4x plus 2, okay? F of x is equal to 4x plus 2. Now, as we can see, this equation is in our function format, okay? Instead of a y, it's going to be the f of x equals mx plus b. So it's already in that format. So if we were to sit and to graph it, we can do one of several ways. So one of the ways I would like to do, let's just see if I can get a nice little graph. All right. So since we have our ordered pairs, this is going to be my 1, my 2, my 3, my 4, my 5. My 1, my 2, my 3, my 4, my 5. I like to make my 5s a little longer, just so it's easy to find. All right. So we can do this one of two ways. So we could create a table, and that's perfectly fine. So if we went ahead and just create, as some people like to call it, an XY table, we can graph the points that's going to be on the lines. So if anyone gives you a lot of freedom, you basically can say, all right, let me look at, let's say, -1, 0, 1. And we could do 2, we could do -2. I just want to kind of get the idea of just those 3 points. And then I'm going to show you another way so you can keep the points going in that linear format. So what's happening is you're going to take this -1 and you're going to plug it in for the x. So it's going to look like this. So you got your 4, we got our parenthesis plus 2. And inside that parenthesis, you're going to put your x value, which is a -1. So 4 times -1, that will give me a -4. And then -4 plus 2, just like what Boston Runner 98 is saying, will give me a -2. So the coordinate for that point is -1, -2. If I go with 0, it's going to be 4 times 0 plus 2. So anything times 0 is going to be 0. So 0 plus 2, that'll give me a +2. All right. Okay. And then last, but not really least, we have our 4. We're going to substitute a 1. So 4 times 1 gives me 4, plus 2 will give me 6. So now we're going to try to plot our points. So we know one point's going to be at -1, -2, another point's going to be at 0, 2, and another point's going to be at 1, 6. Now, here's another way of doing it. I can start with my constant, okay? That's my y-intercept. So if I'm here at the origin, I can go up 1, 2. And plot my very first point. So that plus 2, that's my y-intercept. But from this y-intercept, I'm going to look at the slope. Now the slope is going to tell me my rise over run. But right now it's just a whole number. So in order for it to be a true slope, it needs to be a fraction. So without losing value to the 4, by like multiplying it by another number, you can place it over 1. So your rise, you're going to go up 4 because it's a +4, and then you're going to go to the right 1 because it's a +1. So from my y-intercept, I'm going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 will be up here, and over 1. Okay. So if we ever take a look, we could, since it's a positive slope, we know that a negative divided by a negative can give me a positive. So I can go the opposite direction. I can go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but go to the left 1. Right? Notice it's creating a line, a straight line in fact. But take a look at the points that we just created from the table. We have -1, -2. So if I start here at my 0 at the origin, and my x is -1, and I go down 2. Hey, it's right there. If I want to look at 0, 2, I don't have to go left or right because it's at 0, but I need to go up 2. 1, 2. Hey, there's that point. And then if I want to go 1, 6, I go to the right one and I go up 6. Boom, there's that point. So this hopefully is helping you to see that you can either create a table of values or you can just plot your y-intercept and then use your slope to plot your points. All right. Okay. You can only do addition and subtraction. Well, multiplication is just fast addition. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Robert. All right. Hey, Jess. So when you make the table, you can choose any X value. Yep. Unless, like, say you're given like a sheet of paper and they give you the listing of the X's. I like to kind of look around. Sometimes I do like 2 negatives, a 0, and 2 positives. So if they say go ahead and plot it, sometimes I'll just use those. So I have something that's points that are negative and some points that are positive as well as 0. The second one. Yes, much faster, Robert. Much faster, Michael. Well, I always want to call you Robert. Okay, it's so crazy. All right. Nope, tonight is all about linear functions. All about linear functions. And then if you do want to see the various other functions, okay, you can go here, the one with the red button, I think that's what we say. I do have this. You can go here and see all my replays that I've ever done. Well, not ever. Well, since February 2nd. So if you ever need to, you can do that. Okay? It's all there. Okay? Okay. All right. Red app. Oh, okay. Thank you. You can go to the red app. That was like a red button, red something. Okay, yeah, you can go to the red app and you'll be able to see all my lives from February 2nd. All right. All right, so let's take another gander. Let's say... So if I have okay, so we have our function of x is equal to negative 2x plus 1. I'm just going to move it out a little bit over here. So, oh, angel number 111. All right, while you're here, go ahead and tap it up. Don't hold your taps to yourself, guys. This helps push out the live out on the FYP. So we want to get as many people as we can. All right, so here's my thing. If you, and this is the perfect place for you, if you're thinking about getting your GED or your ASVAB, and you're just like, math is just not my thing, this is the live for you. If you are thinking about going back to school and you're taking maybe a college algebra course and it's kicking your butt and you're just like, it's going too fast, I don't know what my professor is saying, I'm just confused about everything, I don't know how to graph, well then this is the live for you. All right. If you are a homeschooling parent, or if you're a homeschooling student, if you're a teacher, if you're an administrator, and you're just like, you know what? I want to see how someone else does this math. This is the live for you. All right. This is not the type of live that I'm like, hey, I'm going to shell out problems left and right. Okay, I want you to do it as quickly as you can and make your anxiety go through the roof. That's not the live for you. All right. There's plenty other places that you can go that's going to have that picking up the pace type mentality. We're here. It's all about chill. It's all about breaking down concepts. Okay. All right. Yes, definitely. So I know a couple of you guys reached out, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that are out here scared, and we do not have time for scaredy cats. We need for you. If you're struggling, suck it up, Buttercup, and give me a call. Okay? Don't make me rephrase what I was saying earlier today. Just get a tutor. Keep you out of a life of crime. All right? So we could look at it from this perspective. Let's say we'll do -2. We can do -1, 0. Let's go with 1. And we'll see what 2 can do. All right. So all we're doing, I'm just picking these out. The reason why I like these is because I got a couple numbers that are negative, a couple numbers that are positive, and then my neutral 0. So all we're doing is we're basically taking this original expression right here and substituting the -2 or my x values in for the x. So if I do this, I got -2 times -2 minus 1. All right. So -2 times -2 gives me a positive 4. And 4 minus 1, that gives me 3. Can you do a live on complex numbers or stumped on it? An imaginary? Sure. Yeah, Buttercup. Yeah, I think I can actually do that. I'm thinking about coming on tomorrow night just to keep my sanity. Is that going to be okay for you? Avon? Or is that too late, Avon? Okay, yes. At night it's 8:30. Oh, 8:30. Jesus. 9:30. Except for Saturdays. Saturdays I go at 7. Yep. Saturday and Sundays I go at 7. Alright. Me, a holiday off? Psst, nah. Nah. Holidays is just a reminder of all the things that's bad happened to me. Like, seriously. My brain is all kinds of screwed up, so I always have to distract myself. So, but if no one shows up for the live, that's fine. Because I understand people are doing things. But at least it's content that the algorithm won't be like, oh, she don't care about this, and then it'll try to kick me out. So it's all kinds of crazy. All right. Oh, you're home? Okay. Hey, Henry. All right, so now if I substitute a -1 for the x, I got -2 times -1. That gives me a positive 2. And 2 minus 1 will give me 1. If I substitute 0 in, so we all know that anything times 0 is 0. 0 minus 1, that gives me a -1. And if I substitute a 1 in for the x, so -2 times 1 gives me -2. -2 minus 1 gives me -3. And last but not least, So negative 2 times 1. Okay, so that'll give me a negative 2. Did I just repeat? Yeah, I did. It's supposed to be a 2. I was like, wait, that sounds weird. All right, negative 2 times 2, there we go, is negative 4. Negative 4 minus 1 gives me a negative 5. I knew something was weird. Okay. Why am I doing math in the summer, Nick? Well, there's a lot of people that are going back to school and they're still taking summer classes. So I basically teach everyone. Some are going after their GED. Some of them are going after the ASVAB. Some of them are ACCUPLACER. Some of them are taking college algebra or any of those intermediate math courses at the community college level or just college level. So it doesn't stop just because high school is closed. There's still college out there, guys. All right. How did I get negative 3? Well, negative 2 times 1 gives me a negative 2. So negative 2 minus 1 will give me a negative 3. So if you owe me $2 and now you ask to borrow another $1, that means you owe me $3. Okay, so that's how I got that negative 3. Because we love math. Because we're insane. All right, you love math. There you go. Or that too. Okay, all right. Okay, so you can do the table and plot, or we can actually start with our y-intercept. Anytime you're doing any kind of graphing, especially the linear, start with the y-intercept. And the y-intercept is always your constant that is part of your equation. So in this case, this is a negative 1. You're using the minus sign as a negative. So your first point is going to be right here at the negative 1 on the y-axis. That's why it's called a y-intercept, because it intercepts the y-axis, right? It's crazy. So now we're going to use our slope. So our slope is a negative 2. But if you know about slope, slope is rise over run. So that means I need to make this into a fraction. But without disturbing the value of the negative 2, I'm going to put it over 1. Because if you do the division of negative 2 divided by 1, it'll still be a negative 2. So we're just transforming it as a fraction to help us plot our next points. So the numerator is your rise. You're either going up or you're going down. Since my numerator is negative, I'm going to go down. So starting at my y-intercept, I'm going to go down 1, 2. Then my denominator is a positive 1. So I'm going to the right 1 and plotting my point. And I can do it again. From the point that we just drew, I'm going to go down to 1, 2, and then go to the right 1. All right. But just like negative slopes, the numerator or the denominator can be negative. So if I wanted to, if I start here at my y-intercept, I could say that the numerator is going to be positive and the denominator is going to be negative. So in that retrospect, I'm going to go up to 1, 2, but I would go to the left 1 if that was the choice. So when you're dealing with negative slopes, this is the mistake that a lot of people make. You make both of them negative, and that's not what's happening. When you have a negative slope, it's either the numerator or the denominator that carries the negative symbol. Majority of the time, a lot of us, I want to say a good 95% of us, maybe even more, would keep the numerator negative. Okay, yes it is. It is consistent. All right. Well, thank you so much for everyone for tapping. I greatly appreciate it. Go with all the mad taps. What is... Oh, I don't even know if I should even name it. Because yesterday, I owe you guys an apology. Because last night during my live, I had to end it. Because I did exactly what I thought I was going to do. I passed out. So I ended the live. I laid here on the floor, put my feet up against the wall. And I stayed there until 7 something this morning. Yeah, missed the trash truck and everything. So I'm going to be doing some illegal dumping tonight. Because I'm not holding on to that trash for a week. You're insane. Oh my God. And plus how hot it's been. Woo! Nope, not doing it. I got my secret stash. I know exactly where to go. I know people. Yeah, I do feel better. Earlier, a little groggy. And, but hey. But I don't know what that was. That was a little scary. So, but at least, the Lord got me up, got me to church. And I even asked, I was like, look, am I on the right path, Lord? Because I'm dumb. You got to really just tell it to me. And I went to church and the priest was like, can you do the reading for us? And I was like, dude, I haven't done the reading in church since my father passed almost 8 years ago in August. So it was a very emotional day. As I'm reading it, all of a sudden I realized when was the last time that I read. And it was so emotional. But here we are. Actually, let me do this one more time. Okay, so from this, I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2, and to the left 1. Okay, there was a reason why I wanted to do that. Because I wanted to match the numbers or the coordinates that we have over here. So -2, +3. Here's my 0. Here's my -2, 1, 2, 3. Boom, there's that point. My -1, 1. Here's my -1, up 1. Here's my 0, -1. Here's my 0, I'm going to 1 and down 1, 2, 3. There's that point. And here's 2 and go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's that point. So you got 2 ways of getting, so you can either, and me personally, if you're doing this for the test, remember, time is essential. So if they ever ask you to graph it or match the graph, because they love to do a lot of matching, and they give you this equation, one, you want to check to see when your y-intercept is a -1. They may have the crossing up here. They might have you crossing down here. There'll be one that's crossing where it should be, and the other one will be crossing up here, and it might even be going positive. Whichever gives you that y-intercept at the -1, and there's the only one that's there, click it, bubble it, move on. That's your answer. You don't even have to double check. That's it. If it's crossing that and it's in this slope intercept form, that's your answer. Okay? And then plus, my slope is negative. So from left to right, it should be going downwards. If it's going upwards, obviously that's not yours. Okay? So that's just sometimes when you know these things ahead of time, you can see it, and then you won't spend any math whatsoever. You won't have to do any of this to get your answer. Okay? Which way is negative? Okay, which way is positive? So if anything, from left to right, if you notice that it's going upward, like my pen is, this is a positive slope. Okay? From left to right, if it falls this way, this is a negative slope. If it goes just left to right like that and it only crosses through the y-axis, this is a horizontal or a 0 slope. But if it's straight up and down and only crossing the x-axis, this is a vertical or undefined slope. Okay? Okay. Actually, it did. It actually did. It was very... For me, it's scary. I don't know. I've always had like weird visions. It's not a function if vertical. Exactly. Yep. And the reason why it's not a function, my x's are repeating. Everyone has the same x. So that's right at the x of 5. So then this x value is 5, 5, or 5, 6, 5, 5, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 1, 5, 0. All my x's are repeating. Okay. All right. There's 88. Could you explain why y is also called the f of x? The f of x means the function of x. So if you think, remember back in the day when we had something called independent and dependent variables? So the independent always stand alone. You know, Lil Wayne wrote a song about it. INDEP, yeah, all that. Got your own house, got your own car. Okay, sorry. Bring it on back. But then you have a dependent. So the dependent is almost like your kid. You know, your kids depend on you for it to live, right? Even some days you're just like, really? Yeah. So they depend on you, okay, for everything. For the food, they think that it just falls out of the sky. I don't understand kids sometimes. But even I was a kid, I didn't understand myself. So it's like they depend on the independent. So the independent prime example will be like time. Like we can sit here and do nothing. But what keeps going is time. So that's why, you know, people say, well, how long would something take for me to learn this? It depends on you. Okay? It depends on how much effort you're going to put in to learn this thing, because no matter what, the time frame is always going to keep going. It's up to you to figure out what you want to do within that time frame. So just like the function, in order for me to function, I got to rely on my independent. I got to rely on my x. What's going on with the x? So in order for me to get my y values, I had to substitute a certain parts of the x's. Now, the x's doesn't have to be whole numbers. It could be fractions. It could be decimals. It could be anything. Okay? So the function of the x is basically relying on what your x values are doing. Okay? All right? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Hi, Honesty. You're taking geometry next year. What is the hardest topic? Proofing. Enough said. Hopefully you have a teacher that will kind of break things down. I am actually putting together and that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Like a crazy person, is working on my geometry notebook that's going to have like this notebook I created. And it has a lot of resources like a factors chart, rules of integers, order of operations. There's some other stuff on the other side as well. So I'm trying to do a geometry only notebook with resources in the back. And these resources, oh my God. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Just first semester, just terminology alone, you'll probably learn, not even first semester, my fault, first quarter, you're probably going to be learning around like 52 or 53 different terms. And don't get me started with the proofs. Yeah. Okay. You still have your notebook, take notes. Yeah. Yep. I still have all those fun notebooks. But if you want all my notes, I have something called Audrey's Notes. I have it for sale. Just check out my profile. You know, and what happens is when you turn to a subject matter, it has a QR code. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you right to the concept and you can follow along. It's great for remediation, also enrichment. Yeah. It's also on sale on the A word, but I don't get much money from the A word. Algebra 2 with geometry? Why? I mean, you can. You can. It won't. I mean, it's a lot of math, but you can. Alright. Yeah, I don't like proofs. Okay, she is one of my students. I sent some of them the links so they can stay fresh and be ready for fall. Awesome! Sometimes they go together in the class. Okay. And I know here in Maryland, well, they're trying to come up with a new concept, a relatively new concept. It's really not new because New York is already doing it. That they have what's called Math 1, Math 2, Math 3. No, I lied. Math 1, Math 2, which is a combination of Algebra 1, Geometry, and Statistics. And they're thinking about doing like a 1 year, 2 years, and then the last 2 years of high school, the students get to pick and choose what they want to take for their third and fourth math credits. So we'll see. We will see. There's a lot of... I don't know. I'm just hoping it's going to be approved or something. And make sure it's approved by NCAA, which if New York is already doing it, it should already be approved. All right. So, back to the math. Yeah, this math notebook I actually really like. Not like I use it almost every blessed day. So my question to you would be, what is my y-intercept? Good. Look at you guys. Look at you, all these smarties. Sorry. Oh, it's already theory in Maine too? Yeah. Yeah. All right, so Coach says 7, Dion says 7, Robert says 7, Kai says 7, Michael said 7, Caitlin says 7. Erase that question mark, Caitlin. You got this. Spring SM 2025 says 7. Good. Matt said 07. Deb 7. I taught you well. Okay, so it's switched up. Okay, we are so used to seeing it as our y equals mx plus b. Now, here's the key thing. Your m, or your slope, aka rate of change, is always the coefficient of your x. Coefficient means the number, okay, that's in front of the variable. In this case, so that means my b, my y-intercept, is going to be that positive 7. All right? So that's where we're going to start, at positive 7. So here's my 5, 6, 7. We're going to put my first point. And now I'm going to use my slope. My slope is a whole number, which is a -2. But I'm going to put a 1 underneath it so it could be a true fraction. So that means from my starting point, I'm going to go down 1, 2 to the right 1. Down 1, 2 to the right 1. Down 1, 2 to the right 1. And I can go the other direction when I start at my y-intercept. I could go up to 1, 2, but go to the left one and let the 1 carry the negative. Try again. 1, 2, over to the left 1. All right. So we know that this slope was going to be going downward because it's negative. From left to right, guys, it's venturing downward. Okay. All right. And if you want to, we can have fun by making a table. If you really want it. You let me know, because my heart, I'm just like, I'm good. All right. We're okay? All right. Thank you, Comfort. Appreciate it. You're doing yours now? A little bit more. Okay, explain. What do we need to explain? Yeah, it's very clear. Okay. Okay. So my y-intercept is going to be the 7. So that's where this first point is. Then my slope, which is a -2, we have to make it into a fraction. Because slope is a fraction, rise over run. So you have a -2 over a +1. So if my rise is going in a negative direction, so I'm going down 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to the right, since it's a +1, to the right 1. Repeat. Down, 1, 2, to the right, 1. Down 2, 1, 2, to the right, 1. Some teachers will say, I need 5 points to make a line. Some people will just say, just give me 2. Each teacher have their own thing. Me, I like to have like 3 or until you can see the line. Okay. Nope, no table needed. Okay. There you go. So if you want to, you could switch it up. Make that negative go with the 1 instead of the 2. So from my y-intercept, I will go up 2 because it's positive, 1, 2. But if I make that 1 negative, that means I'm going to the left 1. Up, 1, 2, to the left 1. That we read graphs like we read books from left to right. Yes. And then here's the thing, Robert. Ever since I've had these international, not these, that sounds terrible, more international students, and I've actually had a gentleman from Japan for a short time, and I was like, dude, why are you here? And of course, they don't read from left to right. So it's like, sometimes I'm like, that makes sense. But then all of a sudden, someone throws a wrench in it. They were like, okay, I gotta do it a different way. It's like, I recall my comment, if anyone wants a table, just ask. Okay. No, you don't have to. Because I think Coach is doing her table right now as we speak. Okay. I have a feeling I should just do it. Stop being lazy. That's what I was. I'm sorry, guys. I was being lazy for a second. My fault. It's been a day. Been like nonstop. I think my body's just tired. And I went to the gym. Which I like going to the gym. But Alright, so if I want, I can do -2. Do -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so if they don't give you any x's, sometimes I just like to have 2 negatives, a 0, and 2 positives. So all I'm doing is taking, our original function, and I'm replacing the x with the x in my table. So, remember, multiplication comes before addition or subtraction. -2 times -2 gives me a positive 4. And then 7 plus 4, that gives me the 11. All right. So if that was 5, this is 10, that's 11. And this is where my -2 to 11 is. The other one, we have our 7 minus 2. Plug in our -1. -2 times -1 gives me a positive 2. So 7 plus 2, that gives me 9. Then we have 7 minus 2 times my 0. Anything times 0 is 0. So 7 minus 0, you have $7 and you didn't spend any. Guess what? You got $7. Okay? And then we have 7 minus 2 times the 1. So -2 times 1 gives me -2. And then 7 minus 2, that gives me my 5. And lastly, 7 minus 2 times the 2. -2 times 2 gives me -4. So 7 minus 4, that gives me 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There's that 2, 3. Here's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. Here's my 0, 7, -1, 9, and -2, 11. So you can find it either in the table or you can follow the graph. All right, Coach, did you get that? You still have to rest. I know. I made a mistake on mine. Okay. All right. So we're just making changes. Thank you. Aw, Caitlin, I appreciate that. Like I'm a goat. All right. Now, let me. What do we do with what do we do with this one? Okay. I had all negative y's because I wrote, because you wrote -7. Okay. Oh, thanks for sharing the live. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the love. What's going on with this one? What's happening? Little Cheech and Chong reference. I think all of us are old enough to remember Cheech and Chong. What's happening? Oh, yes, Robert. It is in standard form. Yes, Michael. Standard form. That's what's different. Is it wrong to want to remember calculus and math sometimes? No. It's perfectly natural. I mean, there's certain situations for it, though, and certain situations. Okay, we have to put it into slope-intercept form. Yes. Now, here's the thing. We don't necessarily have to put it in slope-intercept form. We can use what are called the intercepts to help you graph it. So, we know about the y-intercept. I'm going to show you both ways, okay? And you figure out which way you like. So, we have something called the intercepts. We understand what the y-intercept is. So the y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, but it's when your x value is 0. But then we also have this other thing called the x-intercept. So the x-intercept is when your y value is equal to 0. And you're like, what? I'm like, all right, hear me out. Okay. So in order to find my y-intercept and my x-intercept, to find my y-intercept, I'm going to write the equation in black. I'm going to make my x value equal 0. So if I have -2, plug in the 0 for the x, plus y equals 8. So anything times 0 is going to be 0. So right away, what's left is going to be y equals 8. So my y-intercept is going to be 0, 8. So that's one ordered pair. Sorry. Now, I can do the same thing for the x-intercept. So again, this time I'm going to plug in 0 for the y. So now I have -2x plus 0 is equal to 8. Well, 0 right now is a placeholder, and we don't need it because we still have this -2x on the left-hand side of the equal sign. So if I divide both sides by -2, x is going to equal what? What's x going to equal? There you go. Good. -4. We got -4 is 0. Good. But just -4. Dion, -4. All right. So we found that the ordered pair for this is -4, 0. So if I go ahead, I'm going to try to slide this over here. Slide some oil to me. We're going to try to graph this bad boy right about here. Maybe about here. Okay, we can do that. Take it down here. All right. Here's a fun fact about Audrey. When I was in 8th grade, we had the play called The Wiz. You know, the black version of The Wizard of Oz. Guess what part I played? Put it in the chat. No, I'm serious. Okay, imagine me. I'm in 8th grade. Tried out for The Wiz. My very first play, because I was a really shy kid growing up. Guess what part I got to play? All right, so let's see. We got Tin Man, the lion. I know, mad for the twisted trivia. Toto, really? You call me a dog, girl? Don't make me come after you. The lion, the tallest character. Since you just sang the song, right? Scarecrow. Okay, love this. Okay. Had a student at my middle school play Toto. Oh my gosh, hilarious. Scarecrow. Okay. The Witch. Ooh. JT, you probably think I'm talented. Okay, and you're in need of review for the GRE? Okay. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. Let's see if we can put something together. Well, any more guesses? I'll see like 2 more guesses if anybody else want to guess. Because I don't want to take away anybody. Because everybody's like, well, I'm very shocked and surprised no one said Dorothy. What? Come on. You know, a little Diana Ross with a little afro. I had a fro back in the day. I played a munchkin. Thank you very much. Ever see a 6-foot tall munchkin? Neither did the crowd, but here I was. Yep. I played a munchkin. Really? Yep. Nope. That's how much my 8th grade teacher liked me. Like, you know, I was a quiet kid, so she was like, oh man, she's gonna ruin the play. Like, they don't, you know, just, there's no trust. Like, I grew up and like, I felt like no one really trusted me when I was growing up. So I finally wanted to try out. I think I sang Human Nature by Michael Jackson. Scared everybody because they didn't know I can sing. Well, that was back in the day before COVID caught my vocal cords. And then she was like, okay, you're going to be a munchkin. And my mom was like, really? So I had to wear the rainbow socks and all that stuff and do all the dances. Like, don't bring me no bad news and, you know, ease on down the road. Yeah, I was a munchkin. Yep. The tallest munchkin you'll ever see. Fun fact. There you go. Now, I bet you can sleep. Right? Yeah, but you know what? I made it. Like, I think I was the best munchkin. Everybody came up to me after the play. They're like, you were the best munchkin. Like, you were energetic. Like, I was all up in there. I was in the stands. I was picking people up, dancing with them. Like, ease on that. Come on, baby. Let's dance. Yeah, I was acting all kinds of a fool. People were just like, who is this child? Yep. Munchkin. Oh, yeah. I represent it. Oh, please. It's gonna be a while. I know, right? Walking on my knees? Nope. I stood up straight up and tall, JT. No one tells Audrey to bend down, be small. Hell no. Mama Cod did not do that. Shoulders back, be proud of your height. That's all I gotta say. Even though all my friends were 5'1", and I'm 6 foot, all up in here taking up air, being a human ladder everywhere I go. Oh, it's life. Yeah, right. Oh my goodness. All right, so fun fact, back to math. All right, so my y-intercept was 0, 8. So here's my 0, 0. Always start at the origin. Go up 1, 2, 3, 4. If there's 5, if that's 10, that means 8's got to be somewhere around here. Hence, that's why I make my 5s and 10s a little large. Then my x-intercept was -4, 0. Here's -5, so here's -4. And right from there, I can just connect those 2 points. And there's your graph. See? Don't have to write a table. You know, when it's in that standard form like that, plug in a 0 for the x so you can get your y-intercept. Then plug in a 0 for the y to get your x-intercept. And plot those 2 points down. You can see there's going to be a positive slope. And you're like, well, wait, Audrey, this has a -2. Well, if we put it in our slope-intercept form, and I'll put it back into a function in a second, I would have to add my 2x on both sides. So that will give me my y is equal to, and I'm going to put it as 2x plus 8 because my 8's positive and my slope is going to be also be positive. So we got our function of x is equal to 2x plus 8. My y-intercept is positive 8. Bam. Y-intercept is a positive 8. My slope is a positive 2. My slope from left to right is positive. All right. Well, hello, Jordan. Yeah, not a problem. I appreciate it. Inverse operation munchkin. Exactly. Oh, I know. Not too many people know about that. So, hey, make a post about it if you want. Is it possible for a person 6 foot to play a munchkin? Heck yeah. Audrey's been doing it for years. I know. I try. All I do is try. What is my regular job? I'm an online math tutor. I used to teach in the classroom. I did it for 22 years, blood, sweat, and tears. Just before COVID hit, I decided, you know what? This ain't it. I'm depressed. I'm crying every day. Like when I said I'll be in a good mood, and as soon as I walk into the building and I'm in my room at 8 o'clock every blessed day, I think that place was haunted, to be honest with you. Exactly 8 o'clock. I don't even have to look at the clock. I'll just start crying. And I was like, no, this is crazy. And then, oh, this is a great story. One day I stayed late because they always wanted us out by 4 o'clock. And I'm like, why are you chasing us out? Like, I got work to do. They're like, no, you need to get out. This is not a safe neighborhood. I'm like, please, I'm Audrey Codner. Stop playing. So I stayed late one night. And then I was like, okay, got my stuff. And I'm about to walk out of my room. And all of a sudden, something hit me square in my chest. And I was like, what the heck is that? And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, it's probably a kid just playing around and all this stuff. No kid around. I'm on the 4th floor by myself. No one's up here. I look down and it's a silver buffalo head nickel. There's no one else up there. And it hit me right in my chest. I'm telling you. I was like, okay, I still have the nickel. I don't know if the ghost is just like, you know what, you did your time, girl. Thank you so much. Here's your change. Bam, right in my chest. And then I just got to walk out. So, yeah, they can sage that place all they want. They're saging the wrong places. So, yeah. And I just decided to just do my own thing. And I've been doing it. This is going to be my 6th school year, starting in August. So I love it. Did I run? I didn't run. No. I don't know. Something about spirits don't freak me out. I mean, I'm not sitting here talking about seances like, hey, let me talk to my spirit today. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I just took the coin and I said, thank you so much. And I walked out. I know, right? I ain't playing around with people. I try to be nice to everything. You hear me? It could be, right? It could be. So I still have it. It's just kind of like it's a reminder of like, you need to be your own person. And that's what I'm trying to do with the tutoring. And that's why, I come up with these crazy moments of like, oh, I'm about to lose my house type stuff. But the reason why I keep doing it is like, I believe in education. I believe that people can do things that's hard if they just had some guidance. And I know a lot of people are just afraid of math because how it was presented to you when you were younger, because that's how I had a huge fear. Like, I sucked at math when I was a kid. Like, I didn't understand fractions. I didn't ask questions because I was afraid to. No one wanted to look dumb in front of everybody else. And it was like, it's already bad enough. I'm like, they tell us to get in like size order every time we get into a line to go anywhere. So I'm like, I'm in the back, and I'm like, Jesus, I'm 6 foot tall, and I always gotta stand in the back. Who wants to date someone 6 foot when everybody's like 5'1"? No one. So, right? Okay, you need help with math? Okay, what kind of math? Isabel, what are we talking about? Your daughter needs help? Okay. So here's my thing. It's like, just reach out. Don't just say that you need help. Reach out. Put it like, go message me, you know? You can go ahead and message me. You can just check out my profile. Maybe even send a message on one of my, posts. You can definitely do that as well. Studying for your, what's a HISIT? Is it the high school placement? Because every state does it. Okay, she's in high school. No, it's not going to be like one of these crazy scammers like, yeah, I have a daughter that's in high school, and the next thing you know, I don't have a daughter, I just wanted to talk to you, and then I'm just going to have to hang up. Okay, and please don't, when you guys send me a message, tell me what you need, please. Because if you just say hi, I'm just going to delete it. Because there's too many, I got too many stalkers, guys. Too many. Like, I can't take it anymore. Okay. Yeah, with the double S's. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, yes, Jess, you did send me a message this morning. I'm so sorry. I forgot to message you back. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm so sorry. I got you. 55 years old. Good at school for my high school diploma. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's so it's equivalent to the GED, so the high school assessment. Yeah, yep, that's what we do. So if anything, reach out to me, Isabel, and then we can get. I know, it's insane. It's so insane. Yeah, so definitely message me, and then we can get ourselves situated. Because when are you planning on taking the test? And this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to be as legit and plain and simple as possible. Like, I know I worked with one lady today, and she was like, I was a little hesitant to ask you for help. And I'm like, well, are you glad that you asked? She's like, yes, because I would have been taking 3 or 4 hours just to do this one assignment, and we did it in less than an hour. I'm like, yeah. Like, yeah. It's good when you have someone that can kind of just go right to it. You know, for me, I could go with the whole, there are some math terminology that I do use, but sometimes just plain English kind of works. Depends on the situation. Okay, in August? Okay, good. Yeah. But when I was looking through my stuff and I totally forgot, I'm so sorry, but I will. I'll message back. Sounds like worse than high school to your high school days. I can't do it without you following me. Oh. Really? That's weird, because I get a lot of people sending me messages. Okay. All right. And if you can't, just find one of my posts and just comment on one of the posts if you can. Okay. I do. Yep, we just finished up with trig this year with a couple of students. One graduated, the other one passed extremely well. All right. Well, thank you. Yep. So, stalkers. Yeah. So, that's basically it for the graphing. Sorry to kind of go back into it. Where did you get 0 from? Oh, the intercepts. You're probably not seeing the whole thing. There we go. Okay, so the intercepts. So you're basically using where your graph will cross the y and the x-axis. So instead of, solving it and put it in slope-intercept form, you can use the x and the y intercepts to graph your line. Yep. I did? Wait, was it 10 a.m.? No, it was 1 p.m. Well, it was probably 10 a.m. your time. So it was 1 p.m. my time. Yeah, I've just been like nonstop since I got up this morning. And then had meetings in between meetings. And then I have a friend that's going to the Amazon on Monday, like the Amazon, to do research. I think she's going to be gone for like 2 weeks. No. Okay. Yeah. She's always on the go instead of resting. I know. Well, here's my thing. I always got to have stuff done. That's the thing. There's no one else here to do it. And I know I just have to wait a couple more days for it to dry out because we had the rain. And I can't mow my lawn until like 3 or 4 days because it's like a pool back there. Because it used to be a spring back in the day. I don't know. So all I know, when it rains, it takes a long time for it to dry out so I can mow it. Because I got to mow lawn, cut hedges. I vacuumed most of the day yesterday. So much. Gotta do life. You can't use that word. What word? Rest? I know, it sounds so exciting. I know. What am I going to do tomorrow? I'm going to try to create a geometry notebook because our kids everybody needs notebooks. Like effective math notebooks. None of this spiral notebooks that you're using just to rip pages out and then you don't. Oh, I don't have any more pages. Yeah, because you just ripped all your pages out of your spiral notebook. So at least you can get all the notes together. And if I were you, this is just me being smart. If I had a notebook like this, and at the end of the school year, I would sell it to somebody who's going to take that class the next year. That's me. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. I'm like, dude, I would sell it. And you get your money back for the book and plus a little bit extra. Like, seriously, dude. This is like, I don't know what else to do. I just like it. I like my little notebook. And then plus the unit circle. Not too many people got it. Where your friend was going. Yeah. Amazon. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't get paid too much. And I was on TikTok Shop, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm one of those type of people that I like to send messages or, to interact with people. I don't think I can interact with people on TikTok Shop. I do. But it takes so long for me to get them. And then plus at the time I was worried about, my priority was let's save the house. Save the house. Let's pay some of these bills. And then let's start building. Yep, this is book 4. So it's going to be right now. I have books 1, 2, and 3 of the Audrey's notes. Yep. So book 4 should be out. Well, I'm going to be working on it this weekend. It's almost done, actually. I did most of the pages. I just have to get the recent stuff. Oh, I guess that's what I was working on last night. Don't remember it. That's just weird. I may be laughing, but inside I'm like, what in the heck? But I just need to update the stuff that I did today. And that'll be it. That's the last page. Huh. All right, so I'll work on book 4 and just start putting it on the, what you call it? The AMAZON. But that's about it. All right. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you so much for all the likes and the gifts and the tapping and too much online. I don't think students have notebooks like they used to. Yeah, but here's the thing. They're loving planners now. Oh, thanks for the gift. They love planners. They love the organization, believe it or not. And a lot of people keep thinking that the kids don't like organization. They actually do. They like being able to be decorative and be creative with their notes and be able to use it. You know, also for open notes, when you kind of get to the answers so much quicker. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they really love the formula section. And then a lot of my students, when they do use this factor chart, they'll use it to death for like a good month, and then they'll just start phasing out because now they've seen most of these factors before. Now they don't have to like think in their heads. They just, by getting more exposure to it, they're able to get it done. So yeah, so book 4 might be out and ready to go by next week. And then I'll work on book number 5. And then I hopefully will be able to announce a couple new books that I have. And we'll just take it from there. Something a little special for people. Yeah, I really am. I'm not getting much. I literally get 50 cents per book from AMAZON. So I know my book is not helping that $20 million wedding to a robot. I'm sorry, I shouldn't go that way. But anyway, here we go. But if you go to my profile, you'll see a link. Peruse that. Take it from there. That's all I gotta say. All right. Yeah. Let it out. It kills me. Like, there's so much money, but yet there's poverty. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make sense. I need someone to help me make sense, but maybe we're just supposed to be this way. But anyway. So for tomorrow, since we're here and I can remember it, so for tomorrow at 1 p.m., I'm going to probably go in the evening as well, but at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing factoring. And again, I'm going to have all my replays just in case you can't make it because, you know, you're doing a little barbecue thing, you're doing all that, little cookouts, little something. But please be safe tomorrow because I just have a weird feeling that something's going to happen. I don't know what it is. I just have a weird feeling. But if you need to, you can come here to get the replays, especially if you're thinking about doing any kind of factoring or anything dealing with rational functions. The factoring piece is going to help you out with all that. So that's what I'm going to do. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Something's just be careful. Just be careful. something's great gonna happen to me. I accept that. I will accept that. But knowing me, and I know this is gonna sound really cheesy. Just work with me. When I woke up this morning, the first thing I thought of was you guys, not myself. Like, oh my God, what happened? Are they okay? I had no idea. And I think it was Janice is the one that I messaged this morning. It was like, yeah, I just kind of passed out. I don't know what happened. It just came about. And I was just so worried about you guys. I don't worry about myself. That's sad, I guess. I don't know. But I just feel like I care about people more than I care of my own. I mean, I'm not ignoring myself. I'm not chastising myself, but I care more about people. I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I really don't. All right. Thank you. Yeah. I know you guys care, and I appreciate it. And that's what it is. I just feel like there's a reason why I'm supposed to be doing these lives. I'm supposed to be, because years ago, I have a list, and I just said, I don't want to do lives. I don't think that's going to be effective for me to do math stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I was dumb back then. Because, like, look at this now. Yeah, I know, Coach. I know. Trust me. My mom says the same thing. Like, you have to rest. How can I? Like, I know. Look at you guys now. Yeah, I am. I'm feeling better. I really don't know what that was. It's not, I can't say, because I'm pregnant, because if so, there's another second coming, because there's no way. I don't know. Like, should we name him, Jesus again? Like, what? Or does we have to say something else? Like, I don't know. Because it's definitely not. Yeah, it's definitely not that. Oh, I can't wait for people to watch the replays. Oh. Did I major in math in college? Hells no. Jesus Jr.? I can't. No, I was a psych major. I didn't come into the love of mathematics until later in life. So my bachelor's was in psychology. Then I went overseas. I played professional basketball for like a good 3 years. One injury, just really, I tore my ACL, not completely, but really bad enough. All I did was got a rebound and just landed. And then poof, gone, ACL. And all I know is Sweden is the best place to get surgery, because you would never, there's no scarring, there's nothing. Just, it was beautiful. But coming home on the plane after knee surgery with altitude, oh yeah, I don't recommend it. That stuff hurt so badly. I felt like I wanted to pass out. I was like, just hit it at ultra speed, but after that, I've traveled, and then I worked in a bank. I was a bartender. I actually was a bouncer for a club at one point. What else did I do? I did a lot of basketball camps. I worked for a catering business. Yeah, I did like all kinds of odds and ends. I'll tell you my bank robber story. That was hilarious. But then all of a sudden, a friend of mine was at a school and he was coaching the boys team, and they said, well, the girls team needs help. And but in order for me to get the job, I had to work at the school. So I worked as a special ed liaison, I guess we'll call it that. Back in the day, they used to call it instructional assistant. Now they call them para-educators. And I don't like that phrase because para means false. You're not a false educator. It's so rude. Yes, to many lives. You're learning a lot about Audrey tonight. But hello. Were you a singer? No, I did a lot of karaoke back then, though. I did a lot of karaoke. Got a lot of free drinks back then. A lot of free drinks. I know. What else? Yeah, so that's when I started. I didn't understand what my job was about. I didn't understand special education because I didn't grow up with special education. I would probably maybe been a special educator, special ed student maybe. But just seeing the different types of teaching styles, that's one thing I really absorbed. And I did that job for 3 years. Still don't know what the job was entailing. Because I was like, why am I telling kids to write things down? Like, I just didn't get it. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you're in class. Like, write your notes down. Like, what else are you doing? Like, so I didn't get it. But later on, after winning a few games, really turning the program around, I just decided I wanted to be a teacher. Got all my teacher credentials in 1 year. Like, I literally was taking classes in 3 different college campuses at the same time. Crazy. But got it done. And I remember this lady asked what I wanted to do, and I was like, I think I want to be a math teacher. The department chair, she gave me an opportunity to teach her class one day, and I liked it. And she was like, I think you should do this. And the department head of the community college said to me, hey, Audrey, you know what? You're a black woman that wants to teach math. You're black, you're a woman, and you want to teach math. You are the golden ticket. Because at that point, there wasn't that many African-American women teaching math. It was mostly like white males. And even at the first school that I taught at, the teachers were mostly white. And I knew I was hired because I was black, but they just didn't know how much of a powerhouse, if I may toot my own horn, toot toot, of a person I was. Like, I'm patient enough. I break down concepts. I listen to the students. Yeah, I've heard racial slurs. I've been, tormented. But then all of a sudden, the kids were like, whoa, she knows her stuff. And then I started helping out with the basketball team. And they're like, whoa, she's a beast. Because I play with the guys. Like, I will beat you up in the post. That's just what I did. Oh, yeah, don't forget the whiz, all right? Yep, can never forget that. I know I'm like 52 years old, and I've never had a black math teacher. I've never had a black teacher, ever. So for me to see so many educators, regardless of color or creed, I just seen like there's so much of an uplift. Because a lot of people wanted to go into business and not into education. But now seeing more women in education than ever. And sometimes I want to say that's probably why they want to play around with education so much. That's just my 2 cents. But you can take it or leave it. What else you want to know? I would tell you my blood type, but I'm like, I don't even think I remember what my blood type is. I don't know. That's about it. I just try to keep things simple. Yeah, he's a math teacher. Yeah, not a problem. I mean, everyone has a story, but I just feel like I want to help people to the point that when they say my name, they have a smile on their face. That's what I always wanted. Like, it's not the riches. I mean, I would love to live a comfortable life. Bills are paid, just being able to relax, live the life with my forever partner, a little bit of fairy tale, but make it into a reality. He's got his kingdom, I got my kingdom. We're building an empire together, you know. Not like Bonnie and Clyde, because they died at the end. You know, I was like, I want to love like Bobby and Whitney, but you know, not that hardcore. Nah. Nah. But but you know, like everyone wants that comfort, that like support and everything. And I just want when people say my name, they just have a smile on their face and just nothing but positivity. And I know as soon as I pass on to this world, whenever that happens, you know, everyone will be sad for like about a month. There might be some people carry the torch a little bit longer, but eventually you're probably going to forget. But I really want to people like, she was really cool. She was really caring. That's all I really ever want in life. You know, that's that. Not a statue. That's too much. I mean, I'm already inducted into 2 Hall of Fames. One St. Joe's Hall of Fame and one the Big 5 Hall of Fame. So, but you can find that all out on Google. You can literally just Google me. Just type in Audrey Codner basketball or Audrey Codner. You'll see a lot from ACG Math Tutoring, but then you'll see some of my basketball stuff. So, I mean, I'm not like Dawn Staley or anything. Even though I'm friends with Dawn since, you know, high school. Philly had like a really good connection. There's a lot of good friends, like Charles Barkley, Katina Mobley. I took him to prom, to my prom. Who else do I know is famous? Most of the Sixers back in the 90s, because they used to practice at St. Joe's University. So, good stuff. Aw, thanks, Jess. Aw, thank you. Thank you. All right, enough sharing. I think we all should go to bed. Oh my God, 70? You guys are like tapping like crazy people. All right. And I know I won't forget you guys. If there is any kind of fame, you guys are coming with me. This is being recorded, so trust me, I'm not going to cut it out. I'm the type of person, I try to give respect when respect's earned. And you guys definitely deserve every bit of respect and joy in life. Right? Every single solitary bit. We're going to make it through. And just keep dreaming. Not even dreaming, like put actions towards your dreams. That's the whole thing. And I know it's hard. Oh God, I know it's hard. But at least try. You know? At least try. Because I get so sick and tired of people just talking about, yeah, you could be a millionaire if you just do this one thing. And then, oh, you got to pay me $5,000 to find out that one thing. Really? That's how you became a millionaire. So you basically got 1,000 people to give you $5,000. There you go. Boom. Millionaire. Doesn't take much. Right? Exactly. This is our bond contract. Yeah, it is. And it's like, it just always makes you feel like you're not doing anything. Anytime that they're just like, they make you feel that you're not doing anything because you're not making money like they are. And I'm like, I've seen way too many people give like math things like webinars and courses for like 12 weeks. And they just run through stuff and they're just like charging like $1,200. And I'm like, dude, why? And I'm like, how many people are coming back? And they're like, I'll worry about that later. I'm like, see, nah, you just there for the money. And the money, you keep chasing after coins instead of attracting dollar bills. That's what the problem is. You gotta respect people. You gotta respect them. Because if you try to be like a shyster, trust me, karma is a bitch. She will come after you with a vengeance. So, oh, I know. And it's hard. It's really hard. All right. Oh, you too, Robert. I'm telling you. Robert, how many people do you need for you to go live? I'm not sure if I asked you that question earlier. Can't remember. 20 to go? Okay. All right. Did everyone follow Robert? I know some of you guys did, which thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because he's put out a couple extra videos, which I'm like, yes, putting out some videos on how to break down concepts. And right now I know just trying to just build up and getting some people, because I know you're a good person, trust me. I don't hang out with shysters. I don't like to. I will cut you off in a heartbeat. I'm a Libra. I need balance in my life. If you're not helping me with my balance, I need for you to go kick rocks. Like, I can't deal with it. I got you. Here we go. Robert, the AP math guy. Or did you change your name, Robert? Or is it still Main Street Math Tutoring? Yeah, because I think it's Main Street Math Tutoring. So I'm going to change my list. Got to change my list, which is fine. I need to do that anyway. Yeah, I think it's Main Street Math Tutoring. Yeah, so if you guys can follow Robert, that'd be awesome. Okay, thank you. Oh, it's still Robert, the AP math guy? Okay. All right. Because I know last time I saw a video, it had the Main Street on there. I don't know. I just live here. Calculus TikTok will be big. Oh, yes. Say it again, Pog. Because you guys are always asking me. Oh, you just changed the name. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Because I know everyone's always talking about integrals and all these other things. And I think a lot of people are asking. So give what the people want. Okay, that'd be awesome. Yep, so go ahead. Ah. And it's just like, I don't see too many, maybe it's just me. Like, I want people to follow each other, I was like, I wonder are you guys following each other as much as we have chatted and bonded here? You should follow each other. I would also love if some of you guys are doing any kind of business and maybe you're doing something, I don't know, selling jellies or something. I don't know what you want to do. Just keep it illegal. If it's the illegal stuff, you got to keep that to yourself. But see how we can help each other out. I mean, we're a mighty community. I don't even know how many people are in my community anymore. I don't do anything with it, but I just appreciate the fact that you guys are here. Okay, cool. Need some of the follows, need some of supports. It does, Jess, isn't it? Isn't it crazy that you find more support on TikTok with like people that you may have met like once or just said, oh, I like your post, and all of a sudden you're besties, and people that you have known for years just seems to want to question you about everything in life. Like, why are you doing that? And then my question back to him is like, why are we friends? Like, I think I'm getting to that point in my life where I'm just like, dude, I just can't anymore. You know? I mean, people from all around the world. Like, one of my besties, he's in New York. It's like I met some guys here and got ghosted some guys here. That was fun. The TikTok love affairs. Jesus. Right. Not a friend, right? Right? See? Isn't that crazy? It's like you just meet somebody and you talking and it'll just be something like a simple like song. Or maybe there was a meme and then you just replied to it. Next thing you know, you're writing letters to each other back and forth. You're doing like FaceTime check-ins once in a while or having like long conversations, just to keep each other off the ledge, Because I know there's a lot of my, as I like to call them, soul friends are just hurting, man. People are just hurting. My one friend, man, I have mostly guy friends more so than girlfriends. Not because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to keep my options open. No, none of that. It's just pure legit. He's just really taking this whole thing called election so hard. I'm like, dude, you gotta live, I don't know how to make you live and all this stuff, but you gotta figure out a way to survive. You just can't be letting this take over your whole entire life. I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry. So, yeah. Yep, something simple. Yep, that's true. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, Michael is like one of the OGs. Yes. I think 80K is good. I mean, do you want me to sit here and chat the whole time? Like, what else do you need of me? For 3 more years. I don't know. The new times for my live, what I got? Tomorrow is Friday. So Friday is going to be at 1 p.m. I might come later on Friday, just to after barbecue hour, because that's when usually people are going to be scrolling anyway. So I might be talking more about some of the products just so I can get some stuff on sale. Saturday and Sunday will be at 7 p.m. So it's mostly Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays. It's going to be at 1 p.m. and 9:30. I decided 9:30 instead of 10. Just so I can, go to bed at a somewhat decent hour so I can get up and walk on a treadmill like a gerbil. And then lift weights like I'm Tasmanian devil, try to get my sexy back. Nah, who am I kidding? It's there. No, I'm just kidding. Can't find my resource book 1 through 3. Please send information. Okay. Sharon, yes. Let me see if I can. Are you looking for a bundle? You can't find the resources? Okay, I'll figure it out. I got you, Sharon. But if anything, see if you can message me as well. This is how my brains be working. Sharon. Dennis. 1. Okay. Okay. take my cats a walk. Michael, my cats own this neighborhood. These cats are straight Baltimore cats. Like, they don't flinch. So I love them. Every once in a while when it gets too hot, I'll bring the cats inside, feed them a little something. But if anyone comes on my porch, not even knock on the door yet, they're right there at the door. Like they're dogs. It cracks me up. I'm like, what are you guys actually going to do? And the black cat literally turned around and gave me a look and then turned back at the door. I'm like, oh my God. I think I just got cursed out by a cat with a look. Okay. All right. Jess, how can I forget about you? I need to email you back so we can figure out a schedule. Because I love it. My schedule is starting to pick up again, which I'm so grateful for. So grateful for. Yeah, cats are sassy. But they crack me up. They crack me up. It could be like a monsoon outside. They're like, I want to go outside. You know, they're sitting by the door. Really? Really? Do you not see the lightning outside? So I'll open the door and then they'll peek their head out and they're like, oh. I'm like, yeah, this is what I was trying to tell you. Just listen to me. But they're fun. They stopped bringing gifts. You know what I'm talking about. So thank God. That was a little too much. Yes, you'll get a spot. Jess, I will make you a spot, so don't worry. We'll figure it out. I mean, we're sitting here at 11:18. Everyone's like tapping like crazy people just so we can get up to 100K. Tap to 90? All right, we can do this. I keep forgetting I can come in under my name. And I keep forgetting I have to do some more short videos too, so that might be on the list to do for tomorrow. Like almost there. Yeah, July would be the best time to get all my stuff. Who was my favorite player I had to guard? Ooh. There was this girl. She was a center at George Washington University, and her name was, get this, Martha Washington. Who else did I guard? I guard Rebecca, Lobo, Becky. A lot of my friends are coaches now. Like Gino, I've known him for years. Muffet, she just retired. I'd already told you Dawn Staley. Who else? Who else do you guys know? Oh. There was always a lot. I mean, it was a great time, especially overseas. My favorite place was Iceland. Loved Iceland. even though it was cold. And literally, they do go through all 4 seasons in a matter of like minutes. It's hilarious. But it was just like the people were just really nice. Everyone was beautiful. The scenery was beautiful. I was just like, I'm waiting for Vikings to come traveling on a boat. Like, this is so amazing. Finish prepping to cook for tomorrow's event. Hopefully, be in tomorrow. Okay, coach. Perfect. Kobe, yes. When he was still in high school, he would come to St. Joseph's gym and play. And actually, I used to play 1-on-1 against him. Why? I don't know. Because the ball was there. Like, I still love the sound of an empty gym and you got the basketball. Like, every time I hear a basketball bouncing, I don't know, my reflexes is like, just stare at the ball. Yeah, there was a lot of great players that came out of Philly. A lot of great players. So, because I'm the real GOAT. No, because I've been around for a long time. And it's just like, you just want to be with people that have similar mentality. You don't want to go around and hang out with people that are always like, I don't feel like doing anything. Just miserable. Because then you're going to be miserable, no matter how hard you try to not be miserable. So you want to surround yourself with people that are going in the direction that you want to go in. And then only you can tell when it's done and you need to go on to someone else. That's how life is. But try to surround yourself with good people. I know it's hard. It's really hard. Because people have a mask on, and for some reason, it's around the 2-month mark. That's when people start really showing their true side. I don't know why it's 2 months, but it always seems that way with me. But always try to surround yourself with people that are going in the direction that you want to go in, because you don't have to stay in the place where you were raised. You don't have to, unless that's what you want to do. Go ahead. But if you want to change and do something extra, you need to surround yourself with people that's going to believe in your dream, even just a slight bit. Because you're the one that has to stay up at night and think about it. You're the one that has to get up early in the morning to get it done. So, I know it's hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. Because there's so many people that fakes the funk and they fake it so well. So well. But, alright. So are we're really doing this 100K? Well, 32 people are like hanging on. They're like, we're trying, Audrey. We just want to go to bed. Yeah, almost 100K. Got like 4K to go. 4 minutes? Okay. Mad tap for 4 minutes. We can do that. Be done by, according to my clock, like 11:29. Alright, we can do that. Mad tap. The things we do just to get people doing math. Because think about how many people came on these lives and they all say, oh, I suck at math. Oh, I hate math. Oh, this is terrible. Blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden they stay on for like 10 minutes and they're just like, oh, this isn't that bad. Oh, it's really that easy? Like, yeah. Why, sing for you? No. No. I know, I cannot. I'm telling you, my voice is trash now. I gotta build up my stamina. I need to get back to running. That was the quickest way. But ever since I got COVID, my voice just completely changed. But yeah, come see, come saw. Oh, something funky happened. I don't know what that was. Oh, there it is! Woo! Oh, my goodness. All right, people, thank you. 10K, 100K, sorry, 10K, jeez. 100K. All right, how you guys feeling? I bet you everyone's forearms are like powerful. All that tapping, just got all that strength right here. Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm always trying to think of new ways, maybe not new ways, but other ways to better assist people. And if you can think of some ways, please don't hesitate to mention it. Send me a message. Because I'm always about ideas. And if it's a good idea and it can be something that's beneficial to people, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, let's have a good night. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to try to get some rest. Yeah, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to check on emails. Jess, got you. Look at you, are already whipping out guitars and stuff. Go to sleep. What are you going to sing? Ease on down the road? Oh, my God. I can't believe I shared that with y'all. 6 foot munchkin. Makeup on the face and everything. If you see the Wiz, like how they have their makeup, yep. Hilarious. All right, hey little one. I thought you were outside. Here's the little one. I know you don't like to be in. All right, everyone, have a great night. And see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Definitely going to be working on more with factoring. Okay? So we're going to try to do the AC method. Not just because it's my last name. And we're going to be starting the new book. So we'll see what the new book cover is going to be like. All right? All right. I'll talk with you soon. Bye now.